Accused of trying to set Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthplace on fire. And we're hearing from the two brothers who held her until police arrived. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us tonight for Fox 5 News at 5. I'm Tom Haynes.
I'm Courtney Bryant. The video shows how close it could have been to a catastrophic loss. You can see a woman appearing to pour gasoline on the outside of the house. And tonight we're hearing from the two brothers who stepped in and prevented a fire.
Let's get out to Fox 5's Eric Perry, who's live outside the home on Auburn Avenue with the very latest. Eric, still so hard to believe.
Yeah. If you didn't have the video, you probably would not believe it. Tom, Courtney, hello to both of you. Really, that 26-year-old Laneisha Henderson had already heavily doused the front of this home with that flammable liquid there, but she just didn't have anything to actually start the fire. Also, those people standing around jumped in before she could. This video shows the moments officials say 26-year-old Laneisha Henderson poured gasoline on the front of the historic birthplace of civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. We first introduced you to Zach Kemp, who initially saw the woman Thursday afternoon just before 6, and he stepped in to stop her. But there are other heroes in the story.
As soon as we got the car, you could smell the gasoline. So I told the guy back away from the house, and he says, no, I think she had gas. She was going to burn down the house.
Retired New York police officers Kenny Dotson and his brother Axel were out visiting sites when duty called. They say they could smell the gas the moment they stepped out of the car, and when Henderson took off running, so did they.
So I looked to my brother, and I said, let's go get her. So we jumped back in our rental red Tesla and chased her down the street. And we saw her trying to run behind the house. We jumped out the car, we chased her behind the home, and we was able to pin her down and apprehend her behind the house. It seemed like she was having a mental episode. We knew that she wasn't high. She wasn't drunk, she wasn't intoxicated, she didn't have any smell to her, but she seemed like something was off.
He didn't stop her while she was up there. You know, she would have lit that house on fire. And like my brother said, it's all wood. Right. So that thing would have went up like a freaking match.
Let's rock on the mic. What's up, everybody? And you are listening to the best of the Media Mike Radio Show. I'm your host, the Media Mike Speaks, sponsored by New Justice Media, where we are the voice of the everyday citizen. The time is now 34 minutes past the hour here in the Lone Star State. So let's get to this story before, yes, it is too late. Ladies and gentlemen, can somebody please tell me what part of do not play with matches don't you understand? Who is Laneisha Shantrice Henderson? You saw in the video, 26-year-old. Now, I'm bringing this to light on this Martin Luther King Jr.'s holiday weekend because it seems fitting. Now, I would like to know exactly what was going on in this young lady's head. She's just 26 years old. Now, fortunately, it was, as you saw in the video, the two retired New York City police officers and two Utah tourists are being credited with helping to stop the intentional burning of what Atlanta describes as a jewel of the city. They rushed to the birth home of Martin Luther King Jr. at 5:45 p.m. Now, this young lady is most likely charged with arson. Yeah, in the second degree, and interfering with government property, which is a lesser crime, but the second degree is it's a federal charge, most likely. And interfering with government property is another federal charge. So, will she do time is the question. They're assessing her mental state. But my question is, why would this young lady want to do that? So things that make you go, Because fortunately, the attempt was unsuccessful thanks to the brave intervention of Good Samaritans and the quick response of law enforcement. Now, what I don't like about the article is it says our prayers are with the individual who allegedly committed this criminal act. Not going to pray for her. Something is seriously wrong with her. She seems utterly disturbed. It's just on the video. Good people, ladies and gentlemen. The young lady was pouring gas all over herself. It wasn't just the fact that she's pouring gas all on the windows and the front porch. The gas is on her also. So the thing is, she didn't have any matches. But if she would have had matches, I don't know if she understood the fact that she would have gone up in flames too. Maybe that's what she wanted. I don't know. Now, Martin Luther King Jr.'s birth home was built in 1895. And as you see, it's a framed 2-story Queen Anne style structure, and he has played a pivotal role in tourists coming through, the early life of the civil rights icon and his siblings, and it has been a beacon of that city. Now, while the home has undergone various renovations over the years, the current project is set to address major structure and system improvements, including electrical, HVAC, and fire suppression, as well as structure enhancement, including additional crawl spaces, window and door repairs, exterior siding, and porch renovations. Now, it is a historical landmark. These renovations are expected to take place until the end of 2025. And it will be closed until the project is finished. Now, this really disturbs me. It concerns me also that this African-American woman would try to do such a thing. After all this work this man did. And I don't know if it's her age, 26 years old. She's from a whole new generation. I think she's a Z, maybe a millennial, as they call them. Maybe a Z, I think millennial. And this is no concern to her. Is Black history, here's the question, is Black history outliving its usefulness? Is it no longer needed? Now, I'm not going to say just based on the acts of this lone wolf, this young lady, but this is quite disturbing. Now, also, when Dr. King was living, it was an African-American woman who had an attempt on his life and did stab him. And you have a new generation African-American woman trying to burn down his birth home. So what's the correlation here? That's two different generations of women. Things that make you go, And I'm surprised that this story did not get the more coverage that it deserved. And I decided to go ahead and break this story and talk about it on this weekend. Because is this new generation, is things like this, or people like Dr. Martin Luther King, are they being remembered like they should? Is the new generation or generations to come, will they feel the same? And it's something to think about. Has the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King, or is it fading away? All the work that he did, is it fading away? That's the question. I don't know. But I'd like to know when this young lady's sentencing date, or what are they actually going to, are these charges going to stick, I would say. And why was she trying to, it appears to look like, to set fire to this home? That's my question. It concerns me. Something to think about. But I will keep you posted. I would like to see the outcome of this situation because it's gone dark. So everyone stay warm. I will be dropping a few more videos while we are frozen in. So anyway, let me know what you think about this. Until next time, this is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker. Subscribe, share, and like to keep me rocking on the mic. Have a good night.
Understand you soon, it won't be long. Keep on, keep running.